Hello and welcome to St Peter Mancroft, to those of you here and those watching online. I'm Fiona Haworth, the Associate Priest, and if you're visiting the church, you're very welcome to continue looking around. This is part of our series of live-streamed broadcasts, Reflections from Mancroft. Last Sunday, the traditional Palm Sunday procession with palms, led by Clover the donkey, crossed Trafalgar Square to reach St Martin in the Fields Church. It is a ritual repeated up and down the country. We had our own Palm Sunday procession here in Norwich, complete with a donkey, beginning outside on Millennium Plain. We joined with the cathedral, processed to City Hall, and then our processions separated to go to our respective places of worship. Along with Christmas, it is a time when donkeys are in high demand. The event in Trafalgar Square passed with little or no comment on social media, or one post that featured a photograph of the procession, complete with donkey, above which were pasted the words of Conservative MP Nick Timothy, who called the Ramadan prayers in Trafalgar Square an act of domination. His remarks were widely condemned, including by fellow Conservatives who attended the iftar meal at which the prayers took place. And I am pleased that both Christian and Jewish leaders have also spoken out in defence of this event. The first open iftar was held in Trafalgar Square in 2019. It has passed largely without comment until this year. It is a free ticketed event and is one in which people can apply to attend in order to learn more about the Muslim faith. It is an invitation to share in the additionally breaks the daily fast during Ramadan. Apart from the prayers, the iftar meal was not segregated in any way, and men and women mingled freely and sat together to eat. I have attended iftar meals at the mosques here in Norwich and have greatly valued the generosity and hospitality of my Muslim hosts. I am grateful that we live in an open and tolerant society where people of different faiths are able to celebrate their festivals and invite others to participate and learn. It is by sharing together that we build bridges of understanding and friendship. Trafalgar Square is frequently used by different faiths to mark events in the religious calendar. On Good Friday, there will be a passion play enacted there. Every year, a large Christmas tree stands in the square. And Diwali, the Festival of Lights, is also marked there each year by Hindus, Sikhs and Jains. And up and down the country, every Remembrance Sunday, people of all faiths and none gather for a public service of lamentation that is explicitly Christian, including hymns, prayers, and a blessing in the name of God, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. At the Remembrance Sunday event here in Norwich, members of different faith groups lay wreaths by the memorial. Far from Remembrance Sunday being seen as a domination of the public sphere, or that such a service in our civic spaces is an expression of power and intimidation, they are valued as an expression of our shared humanity, to live in unity, peace, and concord, as the words of the blessing state. I have learned a great deal from my conversations with people of other faiths over the years. Attending worship with the Jewish community always invites me to discover new ways of thinking about our shared scriptures. And Passover Seders, which have been wonderful and enriching evenings. I have joined in with the song Chad Gadye, one little goat, without which it seems no Passover celebration is complete. Muslim friends have challenged me to think more about discipline and fasting, especially when it comes to Lent, and I have been moved to hear them speak about the spiritual benefits of fasting, and also to think about the embodied nature of prayer. I am not from a Christian tradition that attends to posture in prayer, so observing Muslims in prayer performing the movements, the rhythms of standing, bowing, prostration, and sitting that signify humility and submission to God has helped me to think about how I might use my body in prayer. My faith as a Christian has been and enriched by all these encounters. God is a mystery far beyond the understanding of any one faith or tradition, and I am grateful for the good wishes for Christmas and for Easter that I receive from Jewish and Muslim friends, and I am pleased in my turn to wish them well at their festivals. Worryingly, faith in public life in Britain, which is largely a secular society, is being weaponised by groups seeking to unite. And it is not just happening here. It has been playing out in the land of Jesus over the past weeks. Muslims were prevented from praying in Al-Aqsa during Ramadan. And on Sunday, news emerged that for the first time in centuries, the Latin Patriarch of the Holy Land was prevented from celebrating Mass on Palm Sunday in the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. And the Anglican Archbishop of Jerusalem was prevented from leading the traditional Palm Sunday procession. For centuries, the Abrahamic faiths lived in peace in the land of Jesus. We must yearn and act for the same, yearn and act for the time when this may be true again. We must hold on to the truth that faith can be a force for justice and good rather than and division. In a time of growing division and the fomenting of hate, we must recognise the quickly